Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Wu-Tang Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better.
Come a little bitch, ain't done little bitch. One little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out.
Hold up.
Come a little bitch, ain't done little bitch. One little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out like the
Wu-Tang Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better.
Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunlight energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunlight energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. I've been holding you forever. I've been making out better. I don't know if you're nonsense, but I hold you back when you hold me back. And I know that it's better, and I feel it for forever. How it makes you feel better. How it makes you feel. How it makes you feel. And
Come a little bitch, ain't done little bitch. One little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out.
Hold up.
Come a little bitch, ain't done little bitch. One little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out like the
Wu-Tang Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better.
images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunlight energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunlight energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunlight energy shining. I shut silence.
Alright, chat. Alright. What is good, guys? What is good? Wow, it's been a minute. It has been a minute since I've done a stream, but I was thinking I gotta get one before the month ends, and I'll be a little bit busy, so just said fuck it, we might as well pop one up today, see what chat's been up to. And so yeah, what y'all been up to, man? How y'all been feeling, chat? You see all the artists got hacked? I did not. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Classic August stream. I'm not gonna hop on deep and then hop on another game in like an hour or two after. I just kind of want to see what's been up with chat. What's on the agenda? Honestly, not really too much that I want to do this stream. Maybe I'll hop in some chime later on, just to fuck around. I'll show you guys the builds I've been like making. But besides that, yeah, man, dude, I see a lot of balancing made in this patch. Managed to like get a few melodies done like the past 2 days. Also, the authority stuff is nice. But yeah, man, dude, what have y'all been up to, Chad? What in Gotham is a fishing loot? I have no clue what's been going on with fishing, bro. I know Art did some new stuff with a new fish or whatever. You ever miss being a player, not a dev? Sometimes I do. Yeah, I do like playing Deep, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, man. I actually really enjoy deving on Deep. Like, here's the truth. I think I can dev. Like, okay, when I became a YouTuber, it was a little different, and especially when I became a tester, it's a little different. It wasn't 100% authentic play with my homies. Like, I'd play and it was fun, don't get twisted, and I enjoyed doing stuff, but I was also always trying to make content. You know what I mean? And so it's not like when I played other games where I could just play and play for fun. Where when I'm a dev, I feel as if like I enjoy deving on Deepwoken more. I think, I don't know, do I enjoy deving on Deep more when I play Deep more? I think I might enjoy deving more, man. That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've really, I'm like addicted almost. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's tough to say. But I would say I prefer being a dev, honestly. It's nice. It's nice also that I get to also see the game kind of move forward. You know what I mean? I get to do the things I want to kind of see the game go through, and also plan in advance. It's nice knowing everything. Where I feel as if sometimes, like when I was a player personally, I've always felt like it was kind of aimless where Deepwoken was going to head towards, and now in my mind I can clearly picture like 4 updates ahead, and I'm planning like at least always trying to plan an update ahead. It's just that unfortunately I think it's tough. Especially tough on the audience. It's a tough ask for us to especially switch from consistent weekly updates that had content in them, and sometimes it'd be cool content, to, hey guys, you have to wait a few months now for a big update. But I think it's one of those things where it's like it's if you don't do it, it's gonna hurt more later, sort of thing. And what do I mean by this? Like, I was watching this video from this dude. Sometimes I'll just be looking up this video, different videos, and it's like, for example, there was a video called "Why I Quit Deepwoken," which I'm not gonna lie, it was okay. But there was another one that was a really good video talking about, and this guy wasn't hating on the game actually. He just, I mean, part of it was that first off he grew up, but also that that he was like kind of the things that he was doing in Deepwoken never really evolved past what he had been doing years ago. And so when he's like an adult returning to the game, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, time, gank, again. All right, like, so I feel as if even though I do miss weeklies, especially even as I know as a content creator, I'm really glad that we kind of did away with feeling like we needed to come up with something every week. I think that was also really holding back dev time. Or now I've just been able just to put all my dev time into work on big updates. And the hope is, chat, that yes, despite us having probably we'll probably have much lower player counts for now, at least until we get more consistent big updates. I'm hopeful that these bigger updates kind of bring more things just to do in general after you make a build permanently, not like a one-time thing, but more things that you can do on a build. And I think that is really what will help kind of move the game up in a direction that isn't us having to rely so much on weekly updates. Does that make sense, chat? I feel like Deepwoken, it was a good thing, but I think we really put ourselves in a position where if we didn't have the weekly updates, it was like really like, you know what I mean, right? It's like, what's okay? Well, what the fuck is going on? And people will say nothing's happening and the game's boring, and it is. You can't change how players feel on that. I think the only thing you can do is just like, for me personally, I think my biggest philosophy has just been putting your head down. You gotta weather the storm, and try and drop something innovative, try and do something different and new. And I think that's what we've been trying to do here with every big update that we do. I want to bring something new to the table. I don't want to just like, yeah, we could just do like another layer 2, I guess. But I don't just want, I want to invite something, ask the player to do something different. And so I'm willing to take that risk on trying new stuff, because even if this big update doesn't, it didn't hit 50K players, I'm not pressed about that, because as long as the people who are enjoying can actually see that, hey, like, you know, this, you can see that there's effort being put in, and they can see that, you know, it's a different experience. It's like something fun. That's all that matters to me, right? So yeah, it's still summer Deepwoken. Look, it is the summer update, okay? It is the summer update, okay? I'm not allowing it to not be the fucking summer update. I'm trying my hardest. Chat, trust me, I'm trying my hardest. It only works so long as you never stopped. It was an impossible ask. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, thank you for the 26-month membership, Norman Kobe. It's good to see you again. Yeah, yeah, that's the tough part, because it was really nice when we got those big sprees of content, like the K1 run and Linebeard doing weeklies. But then guess what? When it stopped, it was like, damn, there's nothing going on. Do you see what I mean? I like to kind of think about it like, how would I say weeklies were? It's not like weeklies. There were some great weeklies, don't get it twisted, but I also feel like some weeklies kind of felt like eating candy. Do you know what I mean? And candy can taste really good, or like sweet soda, but what happens is, like, when you eat a lot of it and then you stop eating candy all of a sudden and you kind of go to nothing, like you are like, damn, I really, like, when you eat a lot of junk food, right? It's like, it kind of feels bad after, like, damn, like, you know, your stomach hurts a little bit, right? You're not really fulfilled. So I'm just hoping that we're cooking a decent meal for people to enjoy, because right now people are starving, you know, looking for Depths games. One day after Boundary, we can talk more about like going back to Depths games. I need to focus my time on this stuff. Thanks for the 20 Canadian. All 3 bow users rejoicing this update. Joke aside, how's it that the rework didn't fix anything? It's been non-functional since the class got added. The rework didn't fix anything. You're gonna have to give me more context here. You are gonna have to give me more context here. The bows do not fix anything. What I'll say is, I think bows, while I think some people definitely find them annoying to fight, I think Rag's goal with the bow rework was trying to make it unique and feel different to play, which he definitely did. They're definitely different to play. Whether you like them or not, I can understand why people like them, why people hate them. But that was his goal. And that's the tough part about a game like Deepwoken, that trying to do unique game mechanics in a game like Deep can usually result in something being either busted or useless, unfortunately. It's just how it is. Thanks for the 5. Is even more based on creativity or balancing? As soon as I feel balancing gets in the way of creativity, that's kind of not necessarily what I'm alluding to, but kind of on, you know, correlates in a way. Sometimes it can. It depends. It's tough because you have to realize Deepwoken is a permadeath game. You know, it can be cool to play something that's super creative, right? But then, like, I go and wipe like 50 players with this new creative thing that is actually pretty fucking busted. You see what I mean, right? And ultimately, you have to realize that in a PvP game, it's fun to win, it's not fun to lose, right? Your enjoyment of a build is somebody else's unenjoyment. I saw that it's very easy to see this. Go look at, like, when I nerfed those, like, grounding bolt builds or whatever, right? People are like, dude, grounding bolt was so much fun. But then everybody else who faced those builds were like, Deepwoken is ruined, Deepwoken is doomed. You see what I mean, right? Like, dude, why are we nerfing the fun stuff? Fun for you. But then everybody else who plays it's like fucking doom and gloom, bruh. Like, it's tough. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy. Try for the balancing stuff. I try to maintain, like, for example, a good example is like Vision Shaper swap. Vision Shaper is definitely cheese. We know this. And it's tough trying to go through balancing because ultimately people want most of the unique gameplay styles to be kind of gutted in a way where it doesn't really affect how they fight. Do you know what I mean? If anything forces them to play differently, if anything forces somebody to play differently than they usually do, or how most of the time the way they play can handle most things, then people will usually ask for a lot of nerfs, right? And it's understandable. Like I said, I can understand it, but the approach is to try and hopefully not touch too much on how something plays while also trying to keep it tame. And it's difficult. I can't lie to you, it's very difficult. Because on one hand, you nerf something and it's like, dude, they just ruined this thing. Like, I enjoyed playing this thing. That was how I played the game. On the other hand, oh, dude, why such soft nerfs? Dude, what? This was a nothing burger nerf. See what I mean, chat? Either way, you do too much on one side and people end up feeling unhappy. So, very difficult. What about R15? Will you guys consider reverting if it results in community backlash? For the R15 stuff, clarification, it's just like the elbows and the knees. And really, the idea is that we just tell, I'm hoping, could get this a little bit wrong, but the idea is that we're telling Roblox, oh yeah, hey, look, yeah, it's right here. But then, and Roblox like, oh, okay, yeah, looks good. And then, hey, if we don't have to touch anything else, leave the game as is. You know what I'm saying? You know? Oh, okay. If that works, that's cool with me. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying, chat? So, but ultimately, if people don't fuck with it, then I don't want it. Yes, the extra money is very nice. The extra money is nice. Don't get it twisted. But if the R15 is so vastly hated that everyone's like, revert the shit now, it should be reverted. It's that simple. And you know, the extra money is nice. You know, there's other ways to make more money. And, you know, the best way is, in my eyes, drop a good fucking update. You know what I mean? Drop a good fucking update. Get the player count not just higher, but more consistently higher. You know what I mean? But the bonus applies to, I think the reason why the bonus is so crazy is because, here's the thing though, right? Right now, it's just in the United States, 18 plus. If they extend it to all 18 plus, deep, you don't understand. 70% or like 70 to 80% of the player base chat is 16 and above. Half of the player base chat who plays Deepwoken, 18 plus. Literally half of our audience is 18 plus, and another like 20 is like 16 to 17. So you see what I'm saying, right? Like, they are offering a 42% upgrade to money. It's not, if that spreads to everything, that I can see why it's like, hey, like, you know, you want to take a look at that. It's like, dude, that is fucking, yeah, like a lot of people are older. That's another thing I was like, you know, kind of looking at. It's like most of our audience is old, and honestly, I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, it's cool. It's cool that I can come on here and like fucking just swear. You know, I don't have to worry about like child audience, but that's also kind of relating to what I was saying earlier about like the weeklies being like candy. Like as you grow up, right, like you start eating better food and healthier food and richer food, right? So we can't just keep relying on new elemental legendary, because even though I think people miss it, I think people just miss being fed. You know what I mean? They miss the sweet sensation in their mouth, but the aftertaste, or like the empty feeling in your stomach, is forgotten when you're starving. You know what I mean? And so that's something I try and keep in mind. All the stuff that I kind of base my actions on has been when the results of what happened after the high was gone. Do you know what I mean? After we had half our player count leave due to type soul releasing, right? After the consistent weeklies of what people say they want nowadays, it's like you have to remember those things. I think it's important to remember why people didn't like them at the time. It's good to do those things. It shouldn't be like a crutch. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like, oh, player counts at 5K. We need these weeklies back. Like, no, bro. It's just like I said. We just got to up. We got fed those updates godly. It's funny because that's what I mean. Again, relating to what I was saying earlier, like someone else's enjoyment is somebody else's disenjoyment. There's really a video I was watching. It was like why I quit Deepwoken from this YouTuber, and basically he was just saying that the balancing of the game is cooked. And I'm like, I literally have no words to say to this individual. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, big dog. These are like, I'm looking in Deepwoken in general, and all the freshies are celebrating. And somebody for somebody else, it could be like the worst update ever, and it's like no decision you make is not going to come with any backlash. Thank you for the I'm so sorry. Thank you for the $50 donation, man, from Little Curb Stomp, your auntie 4289. Agamotsu can be straightforward as Geldachi or not. It is real. It's the model is made, and the crit idea is made and whatnot. It's just that it just hasn't like been done. Or maybe it was just dropping it with like the boundary update. We could just drop it there too, to be honest. That'd be cool. Geldachi's real? Oh, was this like an unknown thing or something? To be fair, it was wow. The stream we did was like what, 8 months ago, but the Geldachi there was talked about. No, there's actually the funny thing is there's only like one thing holding up the Geldachi. I'm not going to speak on it because it kind of spoils it. But there's like literally just one thing holding it up. Besides that, like the idea is there, like the model's made, the crit idea is there, all that stuff. Like it, the stats, all that. It's just there's like one thing holding it up. Sorry, let me read what the rest you're saying. It makes sense in terms of lore, but if you could not add it, oh no, Bloodfowler Gale, apply suffocation. No, bro, no. It just needs to. It just needs to be kind of done. She already made it public? Yeah, no. If anything, he's probably going to be making the stuff for the crit. Can you tell Nack wants to add back the old Saturn accessory models as a separate style? Most maybe will do Saturn Sabatons, and with this change, my outfit just got killed. The old one, like a classic variant, could be cool. Are you removing motifs? I will eventually remove motifs. I think motifs have been pretty bad for weapon identity, but also that truth is motifs are only used when there's a busted one. Look at rifle motifs, bro. Like that should be all I need to say for why motifs is just not a good system. Trident spear motif during its heyday, people would just get a good spear and put on the trident one, go in the water. Like, you know what I mean? It's always been kind of a faulty system in my opinion. I think I think like a much more balanced and more like easily understandable system. You motif your weapon, it just gives you the base crit. Unmotif it gives you the regular crit again. If anything, we could even make it kind of cool where it's like, it just, maybe we can do a poll on this. Like the standing crit is your, no, actually no, we can just make it where it's like, you just get the base crit. All the other stuff would just go. Thanks for the 20 Canadian. Projectiles we're going 2 ways, they go straight or they lock on this works. You need to stop and manually aim a tiny M1 projectile that does a single is not good enough. Right, sounds like recommend. Honestly, you do say that, but I also watched Inu gank with the shadow bow, and he was like running elastic, and he made that like little fucking thing work, bro. I honestly thought that was actually a really cool video. Like I never had seen that, and he was making it work. So I don't think it's like a terrible way to like. It's not impossible to win fights with, and there are some kind of cool, unique things you can do with bow. But how much of that is based on how unique it is to play? Hey, bro. Do you ever worry about Roblox going downhill and how it would affect Deep? It's not. It is a worry. Don't get it twisted. I think a good example was like the prime example I have is like Roblox is pushing like how it's pushing this like games that have over 18. If they that Roblox is 42% more valuable, and we're like fuck yeah. Oh, by the way, you need to be R15, and it's like. Deepwoken had the bonus, and then we got taken off the bonus because we didn't have it. And it's like, we have one of the largest 18+ audiences on Roblox. Why do we need to change up? People enjoy our game. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that could potentially make them not enjoy it. And That's, you see what I'm saying? It's like, you see how it's like kind of backwards? It's like, this should be a prime example of why R6 is actually okay, but I don't know. Maybe it's something just to do with how the shareholders, whatever, what they want to do to impress them, so they get the stock back up from like it being down 60% year to date, but whatever. Thanks for Tukanani. Is there any plans for reviving Heavy? I'm pretty sure Heavy is still used in the Overworld quite a bit. If you're talking in ones, I think the only thing I still probably want to do is maybe increase Uppercut to 0.95. I think that'd be nice. But, I don't know. We can kind of feel it out. If anything, it's like, it's tough because I don't think people would disagree that Heavy is like, Heavy's still used in Overworld, right? But in ones, it's tough. It's like it's ones versus gank balancing. It's the same thing like, oh, how do we make light weapons appear more in Overworld? And the truth is, it's vice. It's like it's opposites. Do you know what I mean, chat? It's not that it's completely unusable on X class. It's just that the top picks of those exceed in what they do. What do I mean by this? For example, heavy weapons, right? Crit Blade, Blood Fowler, I guess in the past, Railblade, right? Actually, Railblade is still used according to the stats. Railblade, all these like specific help, especially Prime Pelbriar, all these specific heavy weapons are used because their crits are really good, their stats were really good. You see what I'm saying, right? And so and when I mean used in 1v1s. Like you could see them in 1v1s, right? But sometimes the way they were used, you know, could have been seen as cheese or not very fair. But those specific weapons stood out among the rest, right? Where in Overworld, you could likely get away with more stuff. Where I feel like also you kind of see that with, like, look at Dagger, for example. You never see daggers in the Overworld except Champion Dagger, because that one exceeds specifically at ganks. So it's tough. It's tough to like kind of give something to every. I mean, you can make talents that, like, I guess boost it in ganks. I thought about that before, where it's like gank specific dagger talents, because the dagger talents were already kind of shit to begin with. So who knows? Maybe that could be something that could be nice. Less reliant on the individual weapon talent. Same thing for heavy. Maybe heavy gets something that makes it better for ones, and then like you kind of get maybe more variety. But that's what I'm saying. It's tough because the reasons why they're so effective sometimes in their specific areas is also dependent on literally like the area they're in. It's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of tough to just think of something that would just always work no matter what. Are you confident you can eventually make a majority of the fan base satisfied with the games we're about? Yes, I do. Balancing wise, I always think it's going to be a toss-up. I think I've been balancing this game for a year at this point, right? I've tried listening to casual community, comp community, PvE guys. It's funny. I will do these PvE nerfs and people will tell me, why are they nerfing PvE? And it's like, dude, the PvE nerfs came from top level PvE players. They told me, dude, Knife's Journey is too busted, Augie. You have to nerf this. I'm like, okay, I'll fucking nerf it, dude. Dude, people are literally two-tapping Prima Dawn. You have to nerf this. Okay, I'll nerf it. I swear on my life, everything I love. The PvE nerfs come from PvE demons, bro. They request. We have a PvE balancing team. They just tell me all the busted stuff, and they tell me. I'm like, okay, I'll do this, sure. And you can ask them. They've been asking me for months on certain things, and I'm like, I'll get to it. So it's like, bro, like, that's what I mean. It's like with balance, it's always going to be fucking, you're always going to have people upset no matter what. But I do think that the PvE balancing is kind of necessary, especially for what we want to do in the game in the future. If you have like a specific thing that's doing so much damage, I mean, what are you going to do, right? Like, it's going to fuck up how everybody else perceives their options to engage with the new PvE. And that's specifically what we are doing with these. People want new PvE, and that is what we are bringing. Which actually, to answer your question, the reason why I'm pretty confident is that at the end of the day, look at over the years, you know, like I think you see a lot of gripes from PvE guys, and it's not, when I mean PvE, this time I'm not talking about like the guys who like love solo and Diluvian and Hell mode. I'm talking about like casual guys who don't really engage in PvP that often. Maybe they do every once in a while, maybe a little gank with their homies, but they like the PvE of the game. The last monster that was added was like the little crawling thing on Symphoria. Before that was like, what, 2 years ago? Broodlord? 2 mobs in 2 years, right? I think there's, you know, fair claim that people want some new things to go explore. People want some new monsters, some new bosses. And I don't think that's really hard to adhere to, you know what I mean? I just think we gotta just bring that to the game. And I honestly think on that basis alone, people will be like, oh, they finally added some new monsters. You know what I mean, right? They finally added some different monsters to the game. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like that showcases that also we are willing to try something different. Like I said earlier, it's all about trying to do something new. And I also think new PvE plus also new PvP. The 5v5s game mode. It's like, oh, finally they are doing something that is not Chime or Overworld related, that trying something different, right? Like that's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like, I think if people see that something is hopefully showcasing some sort of change or at least dedication to trying to do better, you know what I mean, right? It's better than us just kind of just doing weeklies forever. That's just in my eyes, at least. So that's why I'm confident that at least I hope we're on the right track. I missed the 5 earlier. Thank you for the 5 from Life of a Pigeon. Is there any chance we get to play the Splinter Blade, the original Etrian King's weapon? Is that lore even canon anymore? I have no clue. I don't even know if that is. It'd be interesting though, like, or like it'd be like fragment of the Splinter Blade, like you find it in layer 3 after like, I don't even know, it'd have to be some crazy shit. Find in layer 3 and it's like some like super upside, super downside weapon, requires you to like form a build around it to even play. I don't know. Maybe do people, it makes me wonder if people really want, I feel like people want shit like that. But again, it's like you want to play something like that, but then when you run into it, it's like, I want to kill myself. I want to shoot myself in the head. Do you know what I mean, chat? Like, I want to play with the Splinter Blade, but then when I'm on my fucking respect build and I'm fighting somebody with like a prime Splinter Blade build, I feel like you know what I'm saying, right? Like, that's a tough part. I think what has generally worked though for Deep has always been like the you know, for the first week or month it's busted and then it kind of falls down after, so people have their fun but then it gets balanced, right? I think generally people have liked that more than when things come out weak. It's like, dude, this thing is ass. Or because what happens is people go out their way to get it and it's like, yo, the new item, new relic, and then imagine you do all that effort for the relic and it's not even better than fucking, you know, Fault of Enmity to put on. You know, it's like, why would I do this? Right? So, I don't know. At least for big pieces of content, like for the Boundary, for example, like I'm willing to let some things feel definitely on the stronger side. That way it's like you're going through, you're getting the stuff. But like I said, we have plans outside that, but you get what I'm saying, right? So, any chance? I won't say it's 0, but I don't even know if that's coming from me. I don't even know if that shit's canon. Thank you, John Voidwalk, for the 5. Is the cursed bow that was leaked in BR ever coming to Pathfinder? It was leaked in BR? Whoa, did it have a crit? Maybe. Thanks for the 5, Licks Bump. I reported a dupe and didn't get my proposed peck on the cheek. I'm very disappointed. Title slot would be cool. Oh, really? It was like a mod told you, oh yeah, you'll get a title for this, and then you didn't get it. I don't think they do rewards for like reporting bugs, but I'm unsure. If they said they were going to give it to you though and they didn't, that's kind of fucked up. You should get it if they said it. Me personally though, I don't know. Like I said, people will trade bugs to get titles, you know what I mean? Thanks for the 279. Is Kendrick eating ever getting so talent? Oh, it does need one. I mean, maybe you could argue the crit itself, you could just turn that into talent, but maybe. Are you guys ever going to add another boss like Titus because the boss fight is fun and the equipment isn't as busted and still cheap to craft? Maybe. I don't know about... I probably need to work on that dungeon. Or like something, an idea my friend had was like, you know, if you beat Titus at like 80% or something like that, like you get Titus, you get like the, you know, master key, you know what I'm saying, right? Or some shit like that. And you can just like skip the dungeon entirely, right? Because like when you beat the boss at 80%, it shows mastery of like the fight, you know? Unless people cheese, you're gonna have that no matter what, but I feel like that'd be cool. I want to do shit like that. That'd be so fire. Thanks for the 5. Actually, let me look at, before I look at donuts, let me look at some regular stuff. Shocking recharge. Every time the opponent is affected by shock, duration of resolve crusher is refreshed. How long does that time last for? Oh, pressure. That would apply all the shits, right? I don't know if that'd be strong. Seems like it'd be okay. By shock, though. That's any mantra. Ooh, that could be kind of good, though. That's like, you know, you keep applying. Dude. I mean, you have to keep landing lightning mantras, though, so I don't know if it'd be that great. Interesting idea, though. Kind of fuck with that. Reverting the end lag on heavy back to 0 would help a lot for 1v1 play for heavy. I kind of disagree with that. Here's my thing on that. Most of the heavy weapons that got end lag added to it didn't have it. Like 60% of Deepwoken heavy weapons already had 0.1. The reason why I did that change was because great axes were like running the overworld, and it was like first it was Evan's spear, or first it was Enforcer's axe, then Evan's spear axe, and then it became Master Hawk's hand axe. And when I fucking saw Master Hawk's hand axe, which by the way, fun fact, it is a Mike Hawk joke. That's the origin behind that name. Master Hawk isn't some, it's just a Mike Hawk joke. Maybe I'll make Master Hawk into somebody one day and name him Michael, but it's just a Mike Hawk reference. Okay, I just have to say that. Anywho, Master Hawk's hand, when that became meta, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Because I kept nerfing only, people told me to do this, bro. I kept nerfing only the top heavy weapons I saw on ganks, and guess what? Again, it was like another great axe, and then it was another great axe, and so I touched the end lag, right? I touched the end lag because I felt that was contributing to people quick dropping, right? Being able to get back-to-back heavy weapons. I saw no great swords. I saw no great hammers, right? And so that's when it's like, okay, now that all the ones that don't, you know, they all work the same. They all have end lag. And so when you say revert it, it would only revert the great axes, meaning 60% of heavy weapons would still have end lag. So you can maybe argue overall there needs to be something else for heavies, but reverting the end lag is just buffing great axes and leaving the rest of heavy as is. Warp set so bad, 1/3 talents rates of the gem, that talent's bad. Cost to calculate after the warp ether reduction. Maybe the chest plate could get a buff. I feel like it's not super great. And now it's Duskguard Axe. Who would have thought, Brody? Yeah, the crit is pretty good on that. When are you guys gonna make a better team method for Mantle of Enemy? Is rare shit. All Natoons, go ask him. He wants it. He wanted to say as a rare thing. For me personally, though, my only gripe with Enmity is that you kind of can, like, you know, I was gonna say you can kind of like sneako, you know, like just like sit in the back, just watch somebody else actually fight the boss for you, right? And just like solo everything. And so it's like it's like the service is just you sitting there like fucking on your phone. Only time people would fuck up is like maybe there's like a 10% chance the carry fucks up somehow, but those guys got it down to science. Those guys are like fucking, you know, like it's like a job. It's like their job. They are masters at that shit. And so it's just people sitting there watching it when it's supposed to be like this like boss raid. The only thing is like you just have to occasionally move. And maybe the carry needs somebody to take the enforcers. But outside of that, like, these guys got it down, man. So if that's like the method for getting mantles, like you just kind of sitting there not playing the game, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? That's my personal gripe with it. If it was like everybody had a tee up and you had, you know, mantle, kept rare, fine. But that's the only reason why I can kind of see that. It's like, it's just how people currently play right now. It doesn't seem very engaging. Thank you for the 50,000 IDR. Eclipse Kick still goes through Winter Freeze. Oh, that's a bug. Also, you guys add more Forge craftable equipment when Cermeat comes out. This might be before Cermeat. I might add like a few more. The Forge is mainly just like Valve Iron stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the crafting stuff I've even been adding has just been either like you just go to a crafting table. Honestly, I think I'm still deciding if I even really want like new stuff to have like a unique forge. I always loved that about Terraria though. Like you would need, if anything, it would be like kind of always there, like a boundary forge or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't think it's really needed, but yeah, for the specifically for the Forge stuff, if you're talking about the like Code Forge or the Forge and Parasol, no, I don't think I'm gonna add much more. Maybe besides like Veteran, Ranger stuff. That stuff was kind of cool. You know, small things here and there, but besides that, I'm kind of done with that. As for more craftables though, oh for sure. I really want a craftable relic. I really liked Vortex Echo. That was cool. Vortex Echo said maybe looking for title. Oh, a tester told you that? If it's not a dev or like a senior mod, bro, don't. A tester? Maybe? Who said maybe? First off, they should know. All these years we wondered who Master Hawk was, offered to be a Mike Hawk joke. First off, the fact that there wasn't no Laura, you should have already given up, but like, yeah. How are you doing as a Deepwoken lead dev? Do you feel the position opportunity you have right now has impacted your possibility of making your own game in the future? Yeah, definitely so. Not really. If I want to go make my own game, I can just go make my own game. To me, it's just as long as I fulfill my duties for Deep. Okay, you know? There's a few games there was a game I really wanted to make. It was kind of not really brain rot, but I thought about making like a game. I wanted to make a Chinese 8-ball game because I've been seeing it on Instagram Reels, you know, and it's like the woo Shanghai. It's like little tiger claw. Man, I feel like that'd be a fire game to play. Like PvE, PvP, has like a bunch of abilities. If you really want to farm money off of motherfuckers, add some anime abilities, do the whole shebang. But no, I just because I looked up on Roblox to see if it existed and it doesn't. So I was like, dude, that'd be a fire like side project, like fucking. Because I just like hearing them speak Chinese and them doing cool ass ability. Like that's just cool. So if you ever see like a Chinese 8-ball game, might be me who's working on it. But yeah, besides like random side projects, in terms of a new main game, nah, at least until I see Deepwoken's potential fulfilled. Let's just say we get like a good Layer 3, good Void Sea, maybe good Celestial City, I don't know. And somehow, God forbid we tackle a Central Luminant, then it's like, okay, our work here's kind of done. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay. Yeah, like that'd be, you know, Deepwoken's potential was reached. It's, you know, I kind of did all I can. Will you add some curse card skip? Yes, I will. I will add a curse card skip. What I'm thinking is either, I'm thinking like when you do the trap, like puzzle method, just all the fucking, all the obelisks already being done. I've been busy. I'm sorry. I've been busy with boundary content, but I do want to do that. Go through the trap. All the obelisks are there, or just add the yeah, just add some shit. Curse card skip the puzzle method. Oh no, that's what I'm referring to. The trap thing, and then you go through the look, and all the obelisks are there. Yeah, that would be a good skip. So you don't have to fight Chaser. What else? I mean, you would still have to fight Etheron, but at least you don't have to do the fucking things. You could just like walk up, slide down the thing, go right to Etheron. You know, like. Will the bounty update have hype moments and aura farming? Hype moments and aura farming? Definitely hype moments. Aura farming? What I will say about the boundary, and you know, something that actually made me kind of happy to see, really happy actually. There was a post Punchy did, and it was like a picture of like the sneak that I posted in announcements. So Deepwoken's scary again, and this is all I wanted. Deepwoken is such an insanely good game when the world of Deepwoken is actually intimidating, not just a team of 3 waiting in the Depths King. And I'm so happy because like, yes, bro, like I want to bring the fear. I want to bring the exploration, the survival, you know, that feeling that you are not just a hack and slash god, but you actually have to kind of be a little careful. I want to add that back, bro. I really do. That's all I'll say about the boundary. I want to add that back because I think people have been missing that. When PvE is off, it's not a bad thing to have the hack and slash, but it's been so long since people felt that it's like, where's that immersion? That immersion is because the gameplay wasn't reflecting the immersion. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sure, you could have all the lore. We could have everything explained. We could have literally what Deepwoken is entirely explained in game through NPCs, through all that. But if the gameplay does not somehow reflect that, it's still off a little bit. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. A great example would be like, I would love to do this somehow. A good, like, the small stuff too matters, like roaming monsters. Somehow I could get that in, optimized. I do it in a heartbeat. Like layer 1, the mobs are roaming and shit. Layer 2 as well. That's what I was told. I told back when I first asked Par half a decade ago, is that possible? That was one of the first things I asked. Because when I hopped in layer 1, I was like, this is fucking amazing. This is going to change Roblox. However, the spawns were static. I used to call it the line, you know, like the sliding gate in the depths, you know, the one that's right in front of the 2 bells in the city. We used to call it the lionfish gate, because there would always be a fucking lionfish that spawned in the exact same place. And I was like, yo, can we get random spawns, bro? Like, please. Let me see what I told Rag. I was begging Rag. Random spawn. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I called Raguza, right, for an hour. This is August 12th, 2021, right? This is before the game. This is the timeline. This is about what? 4 months before the game released. 4 months before the game released, by the way. Hey, Rag says, hey man, can you give me a quick summary or just tell me if I forgot anything? Pretty sure all you mentioned was randomization and spawns, but I feel like there was something else you said as feedback. I was like, yeah, randomized spawns near city like Sharko at gate, perhaps possibility of 2 mobs spawning next to each other, you know, comes with randomization maybe. Also with randomization of spawns, maybe events could occur like, you know, the Deep Knights only jump you in 2 spots, which everyone knows. There used to be an event where it like only in 2 specific parts of the city there would be like these like Deep Knights or like Mud Skipper Knights or whatever. I forget what they're called. I don't know what I said. They were called Deep Knights back then, but Mud Skipper Knights that would jump you, right? And they was in the same exact spot. So once you knew the spot, you just avoided it every time. By the way, the only reason why that event was deadly, the mobs did not have anti-gank. They just all fucking ding, ding, ding. And there was like barely any AP frames. And so you would just get fucked. It was such a dangerous event. And like a Megalodon would always spawn near as well on the side. But it was like, that's what I was like, it was worrying because I was like, dude, like, people are going to get used to this and know what's going on. So that's what I'm saying, though. You see what I'm saying? Like that attention to the small things, I think really helps out. What I'm hoping, though, this is what I will say. If I say one thing, even if, for whatever reason, if it's not possible in Overworld, I want it in Layer 3. I want roaming mobs in Layer 3. I really do. Please, we got to. That's like on my top of the list. Roaming mobs in Layer 3. We got to somehow, man. It has to exist. Anywho, let's continue onward. On God, Death's mobs verse 1 was scared for no reason with corrupted mobs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. You see what I'm saying? That feeling, that ambience was there, right? People remember the reason I think people remember the first time they play is because those feelings of being scared or like overcoming a tough situation. You don't really have that. You even in verse 1, it kind of started to go away. You know when it started to go away? When people, for example, like Rom was making videos on how to solo hell mode. And that's when it kind of twisted more into builds being built to take on anything, right? And I feel like as it kind of went towards that direction, that initial feeling was lost, right? For the new people coming in, it still existed. Don't get it twisted, right? But even in verse 2, right? Verse 2, it's like, for example, right? At first, new experience. And also a ton of new people came in. So new players came in and they also got to experience Layer 2. And that's when they maybe weren't the best at the game yet. But if you looked at motherfuckers like the ROM types, the people who were good at PvE, low-key demolished Layer 2. They were already on Etheron like first week. already like first wins very quickly, right? And so that's something to kind of tackle, is that going from verse 1 to verse 2, even then, first off, a majority of players were actually not very good at the combat, right? And that includes PvE. There was not that many people who were like PvE experts. But going into adding new PvE to current day Deepwoken, bro, people can literally make builds that will blink Ferryman out of existence. Literally blink Ferryman out of existence, bro. Do you see what I mean? It's like, how do you have, for those players especially, because the thing is, everybody, you know, has a good PvE build, or like a PvE build that they consider like pretty solid. It doesn't have to be top, but pretty solid. How do you create suspense even for those type of players, right? That's been a struggle. It's been a challenge, right? Without having to completely gut all of their stuff, because it's fun being able to do that. Don't get to it. It is fun, but there's a limit. There's a line you have to cross. You have to be careful, right? If you allow that stuff, then anytime you drop a new boss, you're just gonna hop on the Godslayer version 7, fucking kill it in literally 20 seconds, right? And it's like, oh, well, that was okay. Well, when's the next boss? You know what I mean? So that is, hopefully that also gives an explanation as to why we do need to nerf like top level PvE sometimes, is because as we want to prepare to add more actual new things in PvE to this game, it threatens the immersion players could potentially have, because players can't hold themselves back. If a player can opt in to do 10 times more damage to PvE mobs, they're going to do 10 times more damage to PvE mobs. And so when there's a new update that comes out, they're just going to slay everything immediately, and that feeling of immersion is lost. That is why it's important to do that stuff. Hopefully that kind of explains that a little bit more, chat, because I feel like a lot of people question, oh, Agamotto, we're just trying to farm for fun. Why does this need to be a thing? And it's like, well, first off, to begin with, maybe instead of having farming be like the number one method to get all the stuff you want, there's another issue. There's a core issue in that itself. Think about it. When I nerf PvE builds, the first thing people say is, Agamotto, I use this just to farm. Like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to leave me alone. Leave us alone, right? But that in itself, look at that. There are people who enjoy doing that stuff. Don't get it twisted. And people want to go above and beyond. But I think it also sometimes go a little bit deeper. And it's like, they've done so much in Deepwoken that they're like in the epilogue. Some of these guys have like 1,000 idols, they're just doing it for fun. They have nothing else to do in the game, literally nothing else to do in the game. And I think part of that also ties all the way back to what I was saying earlier. What do people do for the past years when they hop on Deepwoken? Gank, chime, boss, and it's never really tried expanding outside that. And so that is my goal, is to try and expand that circle of options. Anyway, let's continue reading chat. Are there any new weapon mods for longswords on the hip with sheaths? New sheaths, huh? I don't think there is new weapons with it. Can we also make vents only punchable by parry, not blocking? I feel like blocking is pretty fair. To predict a block, or to like block it, I feel like parrying it is like chance. Where like you could like hit somebody twice and hold block. And when you're holding block, you are choosing to end your aggression there. And in anticipation that they're going to like vent, right? And then you can get another 2 hits off of that. So it's a gamble. It's a risk that you're taking by holding block in that scenario. If we were to remove it, people would never hold block and try to anticipate vents, because it wouldn't be worth it, right? You would always just keep continuing your combo. So that's why I don't think it'd be that great of an idea. I don't know. I prefer to actively avoid PvE builds and just run at content whatever build I'm using at the time. There are people like that. Don't get it twisted. But there is a reason why PvE build videos have like hundreds of thousands of views. Do you know what I mean? It's like people who play games and play, especially Roblox games. They play Roblox games and they don't want any like spoilers or anything like that. But you generally tend to see more of that in build-ish type of games to begin with. Like I said, maybe you could argue that's a core issue with the game. Thoughts on Endless Diluvian, specifically PvP content? Endless Diluvian at testing grounds? I'm a bit shaky on that. Like I said, it kind of feels like pushing more towards... I don't know. Pushing more towards like what I kind of don't really want to see necessarily. Have you seen the trailers for Hypixel's new game mode, Ravengard? It's an extraction game like Dark and Darker with parrying, blocking, and dodging. That actually sounds pretty fucking fire. Maybe. I might try that out. Deepwoken 200k players for summer updates on Type Soul. 200k players? Oh, brother. I'll just be happy if we hit 30k players. I'm not It's not that I'm downplaying the update, but it's also like, you know, like I said, 30K players, but we actually managed to retain more of those players than usual. Like it doesn't fall off as much, and maybe even stays. Like some of the guys stay because of the stuff, but that's my hope. I don't really care about like the top that we hit. Who cares if we hit like 70K players if it's only for one day, and it's like then it's back down to like 20K players 2 weeks later, right? Like I guess. Would any more genre of heavy weapons come out soon? There's the drill or whatever. I don't know if that's gonna be its own weapon type though. I'm thinking about that. Why can't we fix the server list this update? We're just gonna because they don't show up. It's been weeks. Has it? Can you send me a clip in DMs and I'll send it to Ark. You can do a PV boss like Mythrix from Risk 2 removes your equipment and you slowly gain it back once you damage the boss. Yes, but most of the time equipment isn't really making the build. It's usually like the talents. It's usually the build itself, unless you're saying it removes talents. That'd be interesting though. That would be kind of interesting. Or like I guess a smaller version that would be like a boss that like fucking literally imagine a boss that like yanks your bell. I don't even know if that's lore viable, but like yanks your bell and like crushes it in front of you. That'd be like crazy, right? Like what the fuck? Or he like and he like absorbs it, and then he uses his attacks are based on the bells he absorbed. That cooking chat, so he gets like new attacks based on what he absorbs. Tell me that wouldn't be lucky heat, no? But like I said, I don't know if that's lore viable, bro. Like, if that's lore viable, I might do that. She sounds like fucking some heat. The new serverless is trash. I said send me clips. I'll send it to Ark. Now for real, feels like a new era. It's Deepwoken evolving the future. Yeah, dude. I'm really happy with the squad we have, man, dude. When do we have fur capes? Maybe we could. We've been stuck in the same Lumina for 4 years, but I've gotten any new islands or regions done shit. The authority's still rating Etros. We need more world building. I agree. I also think it's kind of interesting if there are permanent changes to Deepwoken. I think it would be really cool if somehow, some way, it's like, oh yeah, dude, this is where Etros used to be. What Etros? What is that? It was a starter island that used to exist, but you know, our side lost and it got drowned. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it'd be fucking fire, dude. Then like the players who've been there a long time, they'd be like, oh yeah, I used to gank at Etros all the time. It's a shame we lost, but hey, you know, it's not like it feels like the players are also expanding with the war. I think people want that shit. You know what I mean? We'll have to see though. We could definitely, because I think the concern back then at least was like, oh, like all the content on this area or island or what happens to these guys if X, Y, and Z happens. But I think we're equipped to honestly take on stuff like that. It just depends on what we want to do. I definitely do think though that there needs to be at least some sort of calamity, you know, that, you know, some calamity level event or some shit like that, or a big Deepwoken update or event. I feel like that'd be super cool. And then like, oh yeah, I was there doing it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can like kind of, that's the only thing. It's like it kind of sucks that like, oh, like the people who don't get to play during that, like they're like in the military or fucking, you know, they were just had too much time at work. They're gonna miss out. I think that's also maybe like a consideration there. It's like that's content that will only briefly exist for maybe tops what, a month or two, maybe few. Maybe you could argue it could extend for like half a year, maybe, I don't know, but like it gets to a certain point, right? For my dono, oh sorry, thanks for the 5. Ask Tomei, just make sure it got someone on the dev team. Don't want to leak a deep bubble start to get abused. Still looking for title. Oh, Ask told you, huh? That's why I said maybe. Yeah, maybe. That could be worthy. I don't know. Yeah, did anyone respond to that? If they did, go ahead. Thanks for the 2 live pigeon. Can check the empty can. Life of a Pigeon. Infamy. Is a progression separate to weapon sets as purely cosmetic? Oh, it shows your... Yeah. This reminds me of TF2. When someone has reached the named tier, the user can give the weapon a custom name. Custom name, huh? Interesting. So if you... 1,000 player kills, first off. I think it's cool. It is... I think that is cool, but... That's a lot. That is a lot of niggas that are gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, bro. That's a lot of... That's just a lot of random freshies that are just gonna die, bro. To feed their blade. People are gonna be bored. They're gonna want to get like a fucking custom username or custom name for their weapon. Makes it mean something. That would be like an infinite purge, in my opinion. Getting a custom name for your weapon, not like a custom name, but like when your name would have like its own unique, like it would say on the bottom, like, you know, and then you get to see the amount of kills on it. I'm not saying that's a terrible idea, but it's not an inconsequential idea. You know what I mean? Like, there would definitely be a lot more people just randomly murking you, and well, you could argue it's again, you know, this is Deepwoken. At the same time, you know, I do feel like we do have a lot of that as is, you know. I saw you talk about making the Prog Regalia super good. Prog as a buff. I feel like no matter how good Prog Regalia, as long as it's a Prog buff, giving nothing will be actually whenever you want. Thank you for the 20. Yeah, yes, thank you for the 20. I can understand. Ark actually told me that. He's like, dude, instead of having it spawn with 999, just give it like something for max builds. And I was like, okay. I have to be careful though. The reason why I didn't want to do that first is because actually I just didn't have any, like, no ideas were coming to me. Because first off, I didn't want to give something super crazy that I also just might want to do as an actual piece of content. But it's also like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just depends on what it is. Because you really do have Mute and Hungerless are the two we have. And Hungerless is low-key kind of very strong. You see what I'm saying? So like one of two, it's already like kind of broken in a way. So it's like there was no ideas that were clicking on me. Maybe if it's like, you also want it to feel like it's something unique, right? But something unique on a max build, it just depends. It's tough. Two-Faced is cool too. Also, Noble will actually kind of tease it up. If it's like, if it can be like Two-Faced, maybe Noble, Mute tier, maybe I can think of some stuff. But there was a reason why I was asking for ideas, because I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do like unique shit without it kind of breaking shit up. So I don't know. I've had some ideas. Yeah, maybe there could be an idea that's not like super comp. I think like the idea should be that maybe, I think a really interesting one are regalias that don't necessarily indicate a better build, but maybe something that is unique entirely to it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's just like outright better. What do I say? What am I thinking? It would just depend. Yeah, it depends. It depends on how unique people want them to be. If people are okay with certain things being locked behind X regalia, because Mute and Hungerless are like just kind of like, okay, that's just already existing mechanics that now you don't have to deal with, right? But then like if you want some actual unique regalias, that's like basically exclusive content. Unless you just want to be like, oh, your blood doesn't drain, bloodless. Yeah, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, right? Like, oh, it's just Hungerless, but X, Y, and Z. Like, you see what I mean, chat? So that's the troubling part. I was like, I had some crazy regalia ideas. I don't think I'm gonna do this one, so I'll tell you this. I wasn't gonna do this, but I thought about one in like a podcast I was doing the other day, where it's like destined or destiny, right? Where it's like you basically would, and this wouldn't be droppable. It's like, this is your weapon, you can't drop it. Destiny, you spawned in with a named weapon, and you can only use that name. You can't use any other weapon in the game. You can only use that named weapon, and you would just that's your destiny to use it. And it's like it's a very, and you would still lose it if you died, you would lose it. And it's like, damn. So it's like the idea is like it's a slot that's like, yo, oh yeah, I got a destined slot, and you have to low-key like, damn, wait, this could be like. You can like actually have fun on the named weapon, but it's like, hey, bro, you're destined to use it, but then like you lose it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? But it's like I don't know if people would even want shit like that. Like it's like, I mean, it's unique, it's different, but it's like I don't know. So I thought some people might think it's kind of lame, so I just didn't think much on it. And that's why I was like kind of saying like, hey, maybe some of the weak oranges could just be better at what they do. But according to the poll, people do want some you know, like they want them to at least feel unique. I think they don't necessarily have to be like. I don't think everyone can agree here. It's not like it doesn't have to be fucking min-max PvP meta, right? But you know, it's what 8,800 to 1,300. It seems people want some regardless to be cool. Like you know, like you at least be cool, right? Because like your homie gets mute, you get flat-footed, walk 1% faster, and get some unique dialogue at the legendary boot. That's different from Worthy. Like, yeah, like really, bro? Like, I could have maybe gotten fucking mute. Like, so I'll see. Like I said, I'll look for ideas though. As long as it's not like super crazy, I think generally more people are okay with some unique ones. As long as it doesn't like, as long as it feels like you don't have to make a build with one. I think that's where we're kind of okay with, right? Thank you for the 5. We need nerfs on Gale beyond the mantras. The 100 challenge lasts way too long. There's no drawbacks to make Gale build. Actually, Gale did get some nerfs. Part of that, I think, was the fact that, for example, Wind Gun and Gale Trap, it was so easy to apply suffocation with those. And then that, in turn, would make that talent much, much better because it's like, you just pop a Wind Gun, bam, now you're off to getting like an infinite suffocation on some motherfuckers. Maybe because they can't parry, but it's also like it continues so easily, where it should be more sparse, you know, limited in terms of what can actually get suffocation strings going. I think it feels good when you get a long string going, but when it's so easy to get it off of one mantra, and these mantras aren't even hard to land. I know everybody here has been hit by Wind Guns and Gale Traps. That's why I fucking complain, but even in the balance server, right? And then those also proc suffocation. It's like, dude, right, it makes that talent even stronger. But I also think for 100 talents, maybe the idea of it scaling is not bad then, right? Like just making it scale with, hey, if you don't have 100, right? The effect is worse. Doesn't mean it's gone, it's just worse. Maybe that could also be used for certain ones if it ends up, all of them end up being like too problematic. Anyway, let me look at what else chat is saying. Destiny slot is tough as hell. What if you didn't lose that? That'd be busted. Fuck, that's kind of sick. And y'all rocking with it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you see, like, ideas like that. But I also, I don't know. Thanks for the 10 Canadian, Freshy Fisher. I need to know if there is a chance of getting solo helmets or instance. No one is doing helm mode, and helmets are some fun. Oh. The loot's real bad. Maybe we can make it start with, like, 3 people. Hey, man. Yeah, the loot. I do need to add something to the loot. Maybe I'll add, like, I was talking about adding, like, Hell mode bell piece or something like that. Like whenever you beat Hell mode, you know, like you get Diver's Light Plate in your inventory, you get the bell. Like for every time you beat it, you get 1 bell piece. Maybe you can use it to craft some shit. I don't know, something like that, just to get some cool stuff. That's probably what I'd maybe do. But I don't know. You also have Punchy. Good to see you here. Unspoken vow regalias, yeah. Like I said, I think as long as they're not like super crazy, I think maybe people don't mind. When was the last time you played Deepwoken and generally had the same amount of fun when you first started? Here's the thing, like I said, my perception is warped because the first time I played Deepwoken was when I was like a tester back in like 2020, right? That's the first time I played, and so it's like it's hard for me to really compare. On release was really cool because it was fun as a content creator, and it was fun playing with my homies, but I kind of knew stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it does sour the total experience because I can't experience it with them the first time because I already know, right? It's like kind of rewatching a movie that you've only watched halfway through. You already know the first half, or maybe like some bits and parts, or like when you watch a trailer that kind of reveals too much, but you want to watch the movie anyway. Like, you see what I mean? Look at like the Spider-Man movie. Like, it would be so cool if I knew that Hulk wasn't going to be in it. You know, it's like, wait, Hulk's in there? You know, then you get surprised in the movie theater. But like the trailers show everything, brother. Them niggas are afraid of losing money. I get it. But it's like, you see what I mean? That's how I feel. It's like, damn, they show everything in the trailer. That's how I felt when I played Deepwoken, because like, I kind of already knew, bro. Like, I kind of already, oh, that's a shark. Oh, that's an owl. Or meanwhile, people are like, what the fuck? What is that? That's literally that's their first time seeing something like that on Roblox, right? So yeah, but still though, I would say the battle royale was my probably peak Deepwoken playing experience, because it was the first time there was a brand new game mode like that. It was brand new, nobody had ever experienced it, and I had 10,000 people watching me. And it was the clip farms, the moments, the hype. That was the best feeling ever. It was like probably my number one experience playing Deepwoken was when there was like 10,000 people watching, and fucking Trunks teed up and we won and got number 2. Also, the first match after, it was like, there was like an initial testing match, and it was like me, Trunks, were like, we were like looking at it, and there was like people kind of teaming in it. And so then me, Supa, Valakis, and Trunks agreed to team on everybody else on the first round, and we were like low-key after the first round. Yeah, dude, that was, dude. That was something else. It also had dude, at the time it had every, pretty much, except like now, but every YouTuber that pretty much was known at the time, and Ron, actually. Or was Ron banned before then? I think he was. But you get what I'm saying, right? Had like every, like Birmingham-ish, fucking, what was it? Me, Supa, Valakis. Trunks was actually out of nowhere, but still, his presence was appreciated. Punchy, always AFK, Flopping Man, Birmingham-ish, Bert, who else was there? Somebody was... Oh yeah, No-Go. Yep, No-Go as well. No-Go is... His name started with a D, and he was also British. Let me see.
All right, guys, and today
here. Where's the Thresher one? Dizzle. Yep, Dizzle. Yeah, Dizzle was there as well. Oh yeah, Fallen. Yeah, you were there too. Yeah, you were there too. Man, I wonder what Dizzle's up to nowadays, man. Oh, I kind of do know. He's streaming. The last video he made, I saved Type Soul.
Yo, I'm finally getting off my lazy ass and playing the new and improved Type Soul now that Setro allegedly left. Now, I actually don't know if Setro...
Shit, man. I clutched third, though. Oh, you got third place? Sheesh. Close one. But yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, hella YouTubers there that I knew, but also everybody knew. So it made for probably the best. I think that's, this is not even, this is not to glaze myself, but I think genuinely that's like one of the best pieces of content ever. Because it was a live experience. So it's not like a video where you can skip ahead. Nobody knew who was going to win. And so like those CC event, there'll probably be a 5v5 CC event. I think that'll be really fun. A 5v5 CC event, man. That'd be fucking fire. Because then it's like 5 YouTubers. Hopefully you know. 5 YouTubers. First off, there's a reason why people are telling me, oh, like, why don't you do 5v5s before the update? And like, you know, plan to do this. Here's the thing, right? For starters, I think the game needs that comeback first. Because which CCs are going to pull up to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna be there? I mean, it's not like there wouldn't be folks there, but like a Punchy, Danvier, 6 Lukes, you know what I'm saying? A Dolphy, right? Yeah, Vert could probably still pull up. You know, you got some YouTubers who would still pull up. I think Flopping and Birmingham, probably Supa and Valakis actually would pull up. Actually, that's not a bad combo, I'm not gonna lie. Supa and Valakis would pull up too. That's not a bad starting lineup. I think Dolphy quit Deepwoken. I think if there was a Lightborn content creator tournament, they'd return. Yeah, oh yeah, Kaido as well. Sorry, Kaido, Zako. Yep, a Skipper Gripper. Actually, that's actually not a bad lineup. Not gonna lie, bro. Hermes probably. What, Worm Cave? What else? Mosquito would probably hop in. Maybe Azro, Inu. What else am I thinking? Break on Tour probably, right? Salami. Yeah, actually, that's actually not a bad lineup. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty fire line. Oh yeah, always AFK. Forgot about him too. Yeah, that actually would not be a bad lineup, bro. But the game needs to first actually be up. But like that's a solid lineup. You know what I'm saying? And then you could probably throw in a lot of smaller YouTubers in there as well. But here's the thing, right? They actually have to. I don't know. I wonder if it would be me who would decide. Honestly, I can go through. They need to have presence though. They need to have presence. There's a lot of like, for example, there's a lot of content creators who do PvP content. There's probably like 50 different guys who do PvP content. Fine, sure, but I want somebody who has a little bit of presence. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Trunks would probably come back too. Why not? And if there's no presence, right? If there's at least no aura there, oh, maybe some of the TikTok creators. There's some funny ass niggas on there. There's a nigga named Guh. Literally, that's the name. He's a funny ass motherfucker. He you know, he's sometimes negative about the game, but he's funny. He's a positive too sometimes. So he's a funny ass guy. I'll probably throw him in there. He's a good content creator. Throw him in there. But he needs to do some YouTube, man. Get some videos going, dude. DDD Goat. Oh, I think I've seen that guy too. I can't recall exactly what he posted, but yeah, you like a TikTok, like I'd say like 2-3 TikTokers who are like big. That'd be good too. Kind of become flexible. I think also it's like what I'm trying to say, Chad, is like when we do a big update though, that means like, you know, a lot more people would probably come back. Like I mean, Supa came back for Rob Iron. You know what I mean? So it's like, and also him and Valakis were willing to play for like free week. So for a really big update with some new stuff, okay. Especially for those CC tournament, gotta set that up. I think other people come for the big update, hype spit around it. Yeah, dude. I'm excited for the trailer. I'm gonna keep working towards stuff that is like, I don't know, I think it'll just be, you know, it'll be good to see. Don't gotta name every CC as well. We gotta actually market it though. Honestly, I'm serious. I think like a bulk, I think like 70 to 80% of it is just a solid trailer. Probably a release date in there too. We could just say summer. Put that in the summer update. You know, it's in the name, right? But once the trailer's going though, like things will be pretty peachy. Pretty peachy. Get some hype talking about it, right? Summer release, yeah, summer release, yep. Yeah, events like Hive moving in verse 1. That wasn't even a real thing, but the fact that people thought it was a real thing just shows that it's cool. Aga, did you age a lot? I'm about to be 24 in September. I'll be going to RDC though this year. Again, that'll be exciting. That'll be a cool birthday gift. Going to RDC. Yeah. Don't add a trailer for the new Sermon Hollow. Just make it so you generally don't know when the boss comes. I'm about to go next week. I don't know what it might be. I don't know. No. It's not like it's gonna be like some fucking expose everything ordeal. Trust me. But yeah, RDC, the Roblox Developer Conference. Demon got voted. All the big creators get invited. I didn't get invited actually. I think that's because I think pretty much everybody on the deep team gets invited, but I didn't get invited because I think I was still new at the time, which is kind of funny. It was actually kind of funny, but you know, Rag was like, "Yo, get this guy on," so I got put on. Which I think I could probably bring my girlfriend actually. I think I might have to bring her. Random kid, yeah, actually. Do an IRL stream of RDC. Can't do that. First off, there's other devs there. But I know some of y'all would pay to be in, to like actually, you know what I'm saying, chill with the squad. Maybe not a stream, but a podcast would be fire. Because Rag showed up in the RDC podcast. Remember that? Yeah, maybe I'll do it'll be a podcast, and it'll be in the main deep, either in the main Deepwoken server or in my server. So you better be there for that one. I'll probably be one. But you got to get like, what do we gotta get? Gotta see what would Rag say? I'm curious. Hotel room, late night Deepwoken potty. I mean, we'll probably. You've promised for years to have Ark and Rag on stream. Ark and Rag on stream. Ark is not really the hop on stream type. Rag maybe, but Rag is focused on CG right now, man. Like you could. Here's the thing: people would ask him questions, and he'd probably be like, "Oh, just ask Akamatsu." Like I'm saying, like he's focused up on the CG. Like he'd be like, "Oh, what is that?" Or like, "What's going on?" Like I give him updates on what's going on, but like specifics like that you guys probably mentioned would be like, "Oh, he's adding a shovel. Oh, that's cool." You know what I mean? Like you see what I mean? Like stuff like that. Yeah, but easier time killing a man. Yeah, Ark getting Ark on stream. But we did have some ideas. We did have some ideas for a dev stream though, because we did a dev stream last year. So actually, wait. Rag did. Rag was on stream though. Wait, last year. How could I forget that? For the roadmap and all that, or the direct. Wow, we got away with that. Did we call it? We call it the verse 3 direct, right? Verse 3. Verse 3 confirmed. What did I name that stream? Probably my live. It took last year. Was this June? When did I do the stream? What the fuck? Wasn't this, was it? Verse 3 confirmed? I'm looking for a chat, sorry. Verse 3. October 13th. So oh, it was on the official Deepwoken channel, wasn't it? Deepwoken YouTube channel. Ah, Deepwoken Direct verse 3. Oh, this song is fire. Ooh, this would be like a pick your bands. Ooh, maybe we can have it like be voiced by. Actually, that'd be cool. Dude, this is some fucking that's fire music, man. Yeah, dude, this music's so good. This would be like perfect, like 5v5's lobby music. Collect that, yeah, exactly, bro. I like how you guys are making Combat more vibe, but this new one is way too easy to craft or to obtain for how busted it is. The new equipment, was it too easy to craft, chat? The brood plate one, right? Too easy to craft. One of them requires a necrotic thing. Isn't that not kind of big? Too easy to craft. That's a first. Too easy. Wow. Rude. Yeah, let's see the crafting recipe. Yeah, so the boots, 3 grudge root, Grand Authority Sabatons, Ring of Pestilence. And then the other one is you need 5 grudge root, a Grand Authority plate, and a necrotic membrane. Is that not like kind of? I feel like that's kind of heavy. No, you need a necrotic shits. So that's like the final thing, right? But I thought that was like, bro, this is like mob crafting. Do y'all think the talents are busted though? They might be in them. I'll keep an eye on them. Landing flourish enhance the next into your anti-heal, doubling how long it lasts. Heal 20% more off 90% anti-heal on them. Artist can no longer yeah, okay, this if it ends up being too problematic, I have some nerves. Why do you like equipment being difficult as just to craft? Because I personally love that in games. I love kind of long crafting trees, but I think some of the stuff it was a bit too long. Like some of them are just they don't feel like they need to be that long. That's why I like some of the group plays like kind of simple. And so, but for boundary, actually, wait, why should I explain everything? I could kind of spoil some of that. Never mind, chat. I'm not gonna explain what I was gonna do. Just know I've been playing a lot of Calamity. But like Calamity was not a super big grind. It was kind of easy to get. You just had to tee up and do good. You know what I'm saying? Do challenges. Time is up. Broski's Inferno run, I'm low-key down for that. But I want to do that, but also actually let me see what my girl's been up to. Go call her. I've been playing a little a little too much to ride my girl. A little too much. Not a lot. Like a little, you know. When Big Neck is releasing the song to the public, I'm unsure. I've been having oh that's funny. Now live with your girl. I do not. I do not right now. She would like to get married first. Something like that. Sounds good to me. Universe is playing my face and my girlfriend broke up with me. Head up, King. Head up. You'll find another one day. But for now, you just gotta take it on the chin. Work on yourself. All that shit that motherfucker say. Apply that, bro. There's so many people that would do an Inferno run risk of just awful availability. True. You can't afford a ring. Who can afford a ring? What the hell? A ring is only what, a few thousand? How much do people? I'm a GPT this, bro. Actually, no. Read your mind. Average people spend on engagement ring 5,000, 7,500. Okay. Cities is more expensive. Makes sense. Online retailers 5,000, 6,000. Okay. Rural areas 3,000, 5,000. Okay. Natural diamond rings 4,500, 13,000. Lab grown diamond rings. Are they the exact same thing? Aren't like the natural diamond rings kind of like, you know, mined by kind of unfair conditions to the worker? From what I understood. Lab grown. I think my girl was telling me to get a lab grown just because of that. Why did you fucking nerf dagger? First off, it was suggested by Balance Server and Freshies hate dagger. So it was kind of like a win-win. Also, like what I realized that some of the daggers being used weren't even used for the swing speed, but I think the swing speed was just generally it was so I hate that it was like it was such a grip on it, such a grip to like unwillingness to change it up, and it's like, dude, 99% of the game can't react to it, bro, as is. So it's like we can do other things to at least make it viable. I think it shouldn't be pure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Daggers literally just worse fists. They need to be different. No, they are. The fact that it does swing a little faster means a lot. It means a lot. But how much? Well, it's like, or like what sort of difference? Hmm. Just the type of builds you kind of see people run with them. Is there anything else but Yap tonight? It's a pretty Yap heavy stream. But it's just been so long since I've done like a Yap stream that Yap up. Gang, put me in the balance server and I'll double your player count on Yun Shul. Thanks for the 5. That's what everybody says, man, but it's not one person, it's a group thing. They usually, and even in the group they go back and forth on things that are good and not good. Rework skeleton gate's useless. Does anybody use the big ass skeleton key? You know, like the fucking corrupted one that smells the big ass. I swear I've seen it used once, maybe. I always liked it though, because it's just a big ass skeleton key. How about making lightning strike similar to snare? I kind of wanted, like I said, I wanted to make it where it's like you hit them and there's like a tracker on them, and then the next time you use lightning strike, it strikes them with the lightning strikes. And it's like automatic. But that'd be kind of nice. The problem with the balancing server is that it forms balancing bands based off the metamans or top players that all use the same builds. Actually, that's not true at all. I saw, like I said, I saw a similar take on a video that somebody said that. And that's not the case at all. They use a variety of different builds to the point where they will argue with each other. You'll have we have dagger players in there, we have medium players in there, we have heavy players in there. Look at Six Lukes. Six Lukes leads the fucking balance shits, and he's a heavy player, bro. And you'll see disagreements even in the balance server itself among stuff. It's like that's generally what happens. And it's also not just Chime, but it's also there's gankers. So there's PvE, there's gankers, and there's Chime, right? So the guys who mainly play Chime, the guys who mainly gank, and the guys who do PvE. And sometimes the Chime and gank usually overlap. But yeah, most of the time from those lists, it's like they will discuss amongst themselves, go back and forth on what needs to be done. There's even like there's like a channel where you can see all the different suggestions on stuff and whatnot on what to do, and you'll see people, they'll discuss in forums and whatnot on why something should be done and why it shouldn't be done. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that their stuff needs to be done one-to-one, right? That's not how it works. It's just that for me, what I look at is like, it's a good way to get information on the ground on what is truly being used, because there is no lie there, right? A lot of those balancing stuff, here, I'll give you a perfect example. Some of the balancing stuff came from that server. And if you do look, even in the Deepwoken general Discord, there's a reason why people are coming in my chat and telling me, oh yeah, this was a good update. Those things deserve those nerfs. Guess where those nerfs came from? The balancing server, right? So it's like, it's not like they don't know what they're talking about. They play at the top level. They know all the metas. They know all the tricks and tips. Unfortunately, it's like, I can understand what you're saying. It's like, well, what about the little guy? And that's also, it's not like that's not included at all. That's also why the dagger nerf occurred, because for the little guy, for the guys who most players can't react to it, and it's an unhealthy way of making dagger strong in my eyes. So I did think a speed nerf was valid, and that's why some of them got damage buffs, where other ones that were already kind of really meta and strong didn't. Like Trillian, for example, didn't get anything. Flare Blood, I think I did buff Flare Blood's base damage, but then it was like doing like 30 damage after I buffed it, so the tester told me to revert it, which I did. But you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't see how people are coming to this conclusion. I feel as if what's really happening, I feel like it's just bias. Their thing got nerfed that they think shouldn't have gotten nerfed, and their first thought is that, oh, the Chime players don't want my build to succeed. And it's like, dude, there are Vision Shaper players in the balance server, bro. There's Vision Shapers. They go. I'm serious. There's literally like people who be like, dude, this will gut Vision Shaper. And it's like, yeah, there's people on pretty much every sort of build. I don't know why people think it's like they all play Fist. Like, bro, I don't know what to tell you, big dog. For a while, there's been a fair variety. It's just that I think for the most part, it's easy for people who got their stuff nerfed to say that it's biased. It's like, dude, there's obviously going to be bias, but to say that the Chime server, or like for example, the Chime balancing, gank balancing is all based on people running the exact same builds. Most of the time, just isn't really the case. I do think it doesn't mean that it never happens, though. A good example, I always use this as to why sometimes I don't always. That's why I said we pick and choose what we think is valid, right? Good example is when I nerfed No Attunement Medium. Oh, goodness. Chime motherfuckers were acting like I was Hitler, and Stalin fused. Because I nerfed Exhaustion Strike and I nerfed Medium Masters. And they needed nerfs, bro. They did. And motherfuckers like, dude, you're nerfing respect. This is the most respect thing ever. It doesn't need a nerf. And it's like, niggas are acting like just because something is respect does not mean it's fucking broken. Does not mean it's not needed needs to be toned down. Right? It's like, yeah, like it was running the game, and that was something that was affecting casuals. It was affecting casual play, but it's also something where like the bias of the server at the time, a lot of people thought that just because it was respect, it means it didn't need to be nerfed. They're like, well, what about Bloodrend? What about Bloodrend? And it's like, yeah, Bloodrend, it's not like it is an issue. Don't get twisted, right? Or it's not like these things that they'll point out is not an issue, but it's like it's very easy to overlook what is happening to some of the smaller guys and how they personally feel. And at the time, especially, the most repeated echo sentiment was how people were always fighting No Attunement Medium builds. Go back. People remember this. I know some of you guys remember this. No Attunement Medium builds were like the fucking bread and butter. But it was seen as like respect, but that doesn't mean that there was the criticism, or like it doesn't mean there was no issue, right? And so that's an example of the time where I kind of vetoed the balancer. Like, dude, it was a decision I made on my own, and some of the decisions I do make on my own because sometimes the bias it's not like it never exists, but usually that was also kind of the older balance server. To be fair, they kind of revamped a lot of stuff. Like there was no PvE guys back then. I don't even think the gank guys were there back then. It was a lot of Chime folk, but I think a lot of changes were made to the balance server, which included other groups, which was really good. And then you saw a large variety of builds, and something that will affect the ganks negatively, like people will speak up about, and so that's why I think it's good. Sorry, let me look at some of the other donations. Thank you for the 10 Canadian from Mathodus. Are red tier weapons currently as permanent as you like? I actually prefer them to be in the spot that they are. I'm glad that they aren't like everybody has them and running the game. I'm glad that when you actually see it's like, what? You're running? Does that nigga have, is that Bloodbane, bro? And it actually feels very strong to use. Anyone who's actually used a named weapon will tell you, them shits are busted. Those shits are fucking busted. And that's how it should be. There should be, in my opinion, those things that I really wanted those things that are like, reflective of how I love, I do love rare things like that, but it is unfair when you have somebody who has a build that is just much better than yours just because it's rare. And so that's why I wanted that on death downside. And it's harsh because you are getting an extremely busted piece of content, and people were genuinely expecting these extremely powerful weapons to somehow have a true form that you get to keep forever. And I'm like, nigga, you're literally healing 3% in M1. What are we talking about? What? You want that to be permanent? You want to see that? That's all you're gonna see. Oh, come on now, man. So it's like one of those things where it's like I know it's gonna be fucking limited content, limited editions, but I think it's something that is cool that it can allow those super rare things, and it can justify that rarity because they're really busted. But even if you do get them, it's a temporary potentially feeling of you feeling super busted, and it makes it feel, in my opinion, A, more special, but B, actually not fuck up balancing completely. Imagine if they were permanent, you'd have to, bro, it would just be another thing to balance. They'd have to all be toned down to be like okay for chime or okay for balancing, and like they're not fucking, they have a red border, bro. Like they're different. They're supposed to be different. And so yeah, that's the reason. I'm actually very satisfied with her. I think it's fine as is. Thank you for the 5. First light needs some love. 36 damage at 100 every sad. Allies are in the same stats. A talent. Maybe you can get its own talent. The thing. Wait, kid, does it still automatically spawn it, or does it only spawn the little flame things if you actually land the move? Because I haven't fought First Light in a while. Thanks for the 50. But it's also First Light has gotten some nerfs. So you used to do hella posture damage back then. Let's see, what else have I missed? Thank you for the 5 from Game Night. Ether Refined Mantle does not do nothing. Oh yes, I need to give that something new. Thank you. Thanks for the 1. Yo, I got much play for Claude for these shitty updates. Bro, why does everybody default to Claude, bro? What the hell? Yeah, I rarely have touched ever AI chat. Rarely. You can ask Rag, bro. I am a clean scripter, but I do not be using that stuff for the most part. I know there's benefits, I know, but for the most part, I just like making this stuff. It's just fun to me. I just like making the stuff as is. I like the experience of actually trying to figure shit out. Just because I think it also makes me a better programmer, bro. I know it's really good in some cases, but for me, I've never really felt a need to have to use it like that. Maybe there's like some annoying, like fucking, maybe some math I might need help with, right? It's not like I said, it's not like I've never used it. Funny thing though is like sometimes if I need like an idea for like a name, I'll be like, yo, give me like synonyms of busted or galaxy or. But in terms of scripting, pretty much never. Thank you for the 2, Anani Gino. Thoughts on Amagusa? Maybe one day, buddy. Maybe one day. Let's see what else. Thank you for the 2 coming from Matthias. Deepwoken Wedding Wenunk. Maybe one day we'll see. Thank you for the 2. Can you fix iMouse vision bug? Oh yeah, what's up with it? I think I saw that, but I forgot what it was. Thanks for the 5 from Zoka. I think that's how you say it. New lighting beam is heat. Feels like we get something we could have got way cooler. Thoughts on more Mansion looking cool without being super VFX spammy? Not impossible. Dex has been really good on that. On making like cooler, like Karita Leap, I think is really cool. Lightning Beam is cool. Fixing like some of the older, kind of outdated stuff. But I think some things can kind of stay. Like Astro Wind is a classic. But maybe like, some new stuff. I think that's always appreciated. Thank you for the 5 Canadian from Zeta. Could you consider fixing major flame chart bugs? If they were like fucking, something. I know people have been feeling that flame is weak. Something that I think I could fix up or like remove is flame charm not hitting ragdoll players. For some reason, it just like you just can't hit ragdoll players sometimes. It's like so inconsistent. Flame is weak. Yeah, people have been telling me that flame feels weak. But I think if anything, I think that would at least make it more consistent and make it feel less, like kind of randomly not working. Are we playing the same game? Yes. I do think it's one of the weaker, if not one of the weakest, PvP attunements at the moment. Who's in Famous Week? Multiple testers, people in my podcast, people in Deepwoken in general, balanced team sometimes. It's not like it doesn't mean there's no builds that are good with it though. Don't get it twisted. Umbrecht Witherblade with the 100 talents. People running, I think sometimes Police Inferno build, you can still see guys doing that. But outside of that, I think generally speaking, it has been in a weaker place overall, right? Red weapons can unlock skins for their original weapons just for drip. I feel like that's dangerous though. The reason why we've been kind of against weapon skins for everyone to earn is because they kind of mess with they mess with your information, you know what I mean? Like that you could think somebody has a new legendary weapon. It's just like, oh, like it's just a fucking Zweihander. Do you know what I mean? It's bad for that sort of stuff. It's not like, if anything, what I think the most I could see weapon skins kind of like skins is more like Fortnite weapon wraps. Do you know what I mean? And even then, it's like, I don't know. Like, you have the fucking galaxy wrap on your Zweihander. Immersion, chat. Immersion. You have to be careful. Same thing with, like, it's a similar thing with emotes. Like, you have to be kind of careful. Like, yes, I want to hit the sand walk in Deepwoken, but it's like, you do have to be careful with the, there's a line. You know what I mean? Also, yeah, enchant, it's like, you wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of against weapon stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for the donor there. Thanks for the 5, but the bouncer is full of top 250 and contributors makes them the minority, even if they don't fully reflect what the community wants. Thanks for the 5. Yes, they don't always reflect what the community wants, but that's not. It is not something I am oblivious to. If the community is complaining about, for the most part, if I see consistent complaints about something, I will keep it in the back of my mind. It's just that you have to remember that the community complains a lot, right? And the hard part is that they complain about different things. A good example, like I said, I could ask you which attunement do you personally think needs a nerf the most? And there are some popular answers there, but it's hard to determine A, is that just from bias? Is it a problem in overworld? Is it a problem in Chime? Which weapons is it a problem with? Is it only specific builds? Do you see what I mean? Once you start breaking down all those questions, you get a much more complicated process than just, oh, Gale is busted. But what about Gale makes it busted, right? What specific builds? Is it just curved? Is it all of Gale? Is it the mantras, right? What parts do you nerf? All that stuff is hard sometimes to determine unless it's blatant, like Tire Keeper, right? Um, but like I said, I do think there's some obvious stuff from time to time. Yeah, what's up, Zig? I'm probably about to end stream soon here, but yeah, man, we've just been doing some classic yaps. Just good to talk with the folks, man. Would 4 ever receive a buff or oath later? Maybe. Maybe. Content additions are usually buffs, so yeah. Adding Deepwoken live event or cutscene when a big update happens would be cool. We've been talking about some stuff like that, like some cool cutscenes. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit up that the guy who makes all the oath cutscenes. I think I mentioned that, and it was like let's just buy his cutscenes off of him and just add them to the game. Add some like sound effects, make it like a little thing. Then every time you get an oath, you get like a little cutscene. I thought that'd be something easy. Really, I was like, yeah. I think it was Ark who like mentioned that. I was like, dude, fuck it, I'm down. We just have to find the time to do it. But like, yeah, bro. There was something else that was really cool. But I'm not gonna mention it. Should we hit for Witherwald cutscenes? But he might not do it. Oh, I see. Face pack is nuts. Oh yeah, the face pack. Yeah, I've seen that. Very animated. Would you ever add newer weapon types? I would. Broadswords, whips, flails, some bigger type of spears. What I want to do, something I will mention is I want to add a what's it called? An unconventional weapons class. Uh I think it's fine to have it, but there's also an expectation that when there's whips, now we need whip talents and they need to do X, Y, and Z. And oh, are we going to get a legendary attunement whip? Like you see what I mean, chat? That expectation is kind of there and it starts to build up. So I want like a kind of like a misc category. Do you know what I mean? Like a miscellaneous things that don't have a category. Might not get one. Like maybe like if there's like there's like a random scythe right now that's just like there. But that way I can just add like the shovel. The shovel is going to be in a misc category, right? The shovel. I don't think I'm gonna add like a fucking Gale shovel, right? Like maybe if there is ever like an Earth attunement though, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe an Iron Sink shovel actually could be kind of interesting. Oh well, anywho, you get what I'm saying though, right? Like when you're doing removing ether overdrive attunement requirement, please. That's not so ask. Oh, maybe I will. I forgot why it's there though, but You know something I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna look in sorry, I was looking at slinging deep info. Let's see what the trades are like, dude. I'm so curious. A part of me I will be honest, a part of me did always want some of these forge items to be droppable just because I love trading. I fucking love trades. Let's see what people are trading, man. Looking for Gale enhanced beats and Gale enhanced earrings. Okay. Let's see what people are looking for, bro. Why is he looking for Gale? Let's DM this guy. Hey. A quick question. Why do you want Gale enhanced beads and Gale enhanced and the Gale enhanced ring? Let's see what this guy has to say. Like, what build is he making? I'm so curious. Looking for Inquisitor's Visor. Let's see what people are trading. This guy's trading an OK crown, 2 transfusion rings, whistling with Imperator Smelt. Let's see. I guess let's keep looking up. Trading. Come with an offer, be ignored. Oh, this guy has 475 idols. Ooh, you're not really gonna get much off of him, man. I'm not gonna lie. What is he looking for? Titus Remnant, Whistling, Imp, Fury, Bluestone Set, or Gem. Jadeite. I guess I also have to let it simmer a little bit. Over time, people are gonna trade some more of those. Oni beads. Ooh, they have the Bob Iron things. Are those droppable still? That's cool. He's trading Star Boots. Oh yeah. I haven't forgot about those, chat. I haven't forgot about those. They will get their comeback. I'm telling you. What I say, the Star Boots? They're not Star Boots, but they're Star Boots made by the summer, and that marks their X, Y, and Z. I didn't forget about that. Trading regenerative earrings. I wonder what the value of these are. It's like so new. Okay, so this guy, I asked him, why do you want Gale enhanced beads and Gale enhanced ring? Oh, he wanted the earrings. I have an air combo build for Gale enhanced earrings and Gale beats to make my crit guard break. Oh, which weapon? Okay, so he wants more posture on his crit. Okay, wait, interesting. Please add more katana-based medium and heavy weapons to the game. Does the Odachi count? I'm actually so curious. Is that like a katana-like weapon? I actually don't know what the fucking Odachi is. Wait, this guy's trading Smith's goggles. Damn. Let's see what this guy's offering. What does he have? Equipment. 3-star special set. Apparently a 3-star special set is like super valuable. So I have a question. Why is a 3-star? Every time I see people talk about they have like they're trading the specialist set, they always say 3-star, but like, can't you just needle it and get 3-star? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I swear I always see, they always mention that it's 3-star. Like, you could. God roll? Oh, wait. Wait, can you get like better stats? Can you get like a God roll one? What? The illusion of a deal? Ah. Wait, but people are saying you can get better stats though. No way. Ah. We can in fact need it. It's all BS inflation tactics. Ah. It makes it appealing to a person that doesn't have knowledge. Damn. Okay. Fairs. I'm just like, why would like 3-star Titus Cape? Like, do that for the Titus Cape too, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's see what else. Is there even a trading server for Deep? Like a dedicated one? No idea. I just get my stuff. Fairs. PvE servers. Yeah. Dude, what are PvE servers like, man? Dude, how are the Enmity servers? Do you miss an era of Deep? miss. I will say I do miss the around the battle royale era where all the YouTubers are still around because it was just nice. What I used to do is I used to stream and it would be like Valakis Supa and other YouTubers who would just pop up and they still do, don't get twisted, but it was like they were playing the game with me or like they were yapping about the game with me. And yeah, dude, I don't know. That was nice. That was nice, man. It was good yaps, good times. And also like we would just discuss YouTube stats and the state of deep and all that. It was like it was good convo, good flow. Yeah, I definitely say I missed that. Yeah. What if there's equipment DNA that couldn't be changed, like a random star boots that came with a random modifier? A random modifier. So you're saying basically add a new special seventh pip that could appear called like the mutated pip. And you're saying that it has literally random modifiers that you can't pip or you can't change with like gilded needles. It'll be like plus 2% PvP damage or 3 extra jump height or reduce your dodge cooldown by 0.2, and then all of them have their own unique thing. I feel like that's super broken. But if maybe you could argue that they would be very small, like very, very minor. But even then, like it's a lot of numbers, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like you'd be looking for trading you're trading 3-star 0.3% damage star boots. Like it'd be like red weapons. No, you don't lose them on death. They would be permanent unless you're saying you get a mutated one and it always drops when you die. Could you imagine? Now imagine that. Now imagine that, bro. Imagine like you lose it when you die or something like that. And that includes chime or something like, ooh, now that could be interesting. I'm not gonna hold you. Because like then it's not permanent. You see what I'm saying, chat? When it's permanent, all people will do is just get like 3-star mutated damage pips. And then they will get like plus 5% more damage. And like, sure, that is, whatever. But it's like, you see what I mean? It's like it's another like just another thing you trade, build, make for. People just stockpile and bank. It depends. Here's my thing. Yes, but if you like look at even like I'm generally looking right now and look at how people are trading like the specialist set right now. Like motherfuckers are just trading one set. They're saying it's 3-star. Like you see what I mean? Like sure, people would go and craft them more, but it's also something where it's like if there's so many of them that getting the specific one you want takes forever, then people just take whatever at that point. I think it would have to be a system where it can't just be like 4 of them. Like 1% is like maybe like the max is you get like 0.5% more health or something like that. Like that's max. It can't just be like 4 things like health, defense, damage. Like it has to be like so it has to be like random shit, like literally anything that you could think of. Like 30 to 50 different like randomized mutated pips. Even then though, it's like that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in though. You know what I mean? Maybe like 4-star items. You know what I mean? 4-star items. And they're like X, Y, and Z. That sounds like something different though. Like that's a lot of extra stuff to do. Because then like you can't just get a 3-star. But it depends what it is though. If it's like small stuff, like I said, like plus 0.2 more jump height, like 0.25 more jump height or something like that. Like if it's like small enough where it doesn't really matter, but like you really want to, but there's already enough min maxing in deep though. Do you see what I'm saying? There's already enough min maxing in deep. What do you think about blinds here? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to making every bell be countered by Tranquil Circle. I still need to do that. It's always interesting looking at the trades here, man. Whistlings are still so valuable. Is it like the new currency? It used to be blood forge crowns, and I still think I see blood forge crowns, but it looks like people have moved on to whistlings in a way. Like, hey, I'll give you 5 or 10 whistlings for this like super rare thing. Look how far you come. True. Fair. Why nerf 7 Wisp? A lot of people were like pre-shrining this stuff, and it felt like it wasn't really as big of an investment as it should be. It was supposed to be powerful with its like, you know, intended like 30 30 30 30, and when you're like doing 17, and when I see, for example, people are doing like 7 Wisp grounding bolt with Iron Sing, and then they have like Stormbreaker gun, one hand gun, and it's like that build is like it literally will just like instantly decimate niggas, and it's like you have to take action sometimes, like, you know what I mean, like you just have to, like, bro, it's you know what I mean, it's one of those things that make like a bunch of people feel bad. It's not like it's like a respect, okay, well, you're a good player, but it's a little strong. It's not like, you know, like people, like I think about like it's like Crypt Blade, you know, like Crypt Blade, it's okay, it was a strong weapon, it was sometimes busted in comp, but to say it's cheese, some people won't really, it's like, oh, it's not really cheese, it's just too powerful, it's overtuned. And then you have 7 Wisp, which that is like kind of, you know, you're cheddar, you know, like you love pizza, you know what I mean, like you love the cheese, man, like it got pretty up there, and so that's why I had to like change, nerf that, and also change grounding, but it's just not it. Even though I can understand being fun, it's like it's one of those things that people look at the game and be like, this is why I hopped off Deepwoken. Yeah, this is why I quit Deepwoken. Like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, you gotta take some action. Gotta do something, right? So much right now. Which weapon? I haven't tried, but I'm going alloy katana or alloyed scale splitter. Interesting though, man. First time I see somebody ask for Gale enhanced speeds. Actually, Gale enhanced speed is not bad, chat. Gale enhanced speed is not that bad. If you do the method, chat, I'm telling you, if you somehow get a Parasol Brain, but go Might Gem, Crit Engine, plus Gale enhanced speeds, that's 30, I think, or 35%. 35 to 30% more crit posture damage. That makes things guard break. If something does 30 posture, does 40. That's a guard break on most players. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just throw that out there. Just throw that out there. I said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all the ball knowledge, bro. Right. Trading Gale Enhanced Ring. Trading Lost Forge items. 1 Regenerate Regenerating St. J's Ring, Gale Enhanced Ring. I need to add some more rings and face masks. I'm not gonna lie. Just some general ones. I wonder if someone's trading Blind Seer Ring, bro. Blind Seer Ring. People are feeling it out right now. Trading Regen set, Necrotic set, Blind Seer Ring. What is NGF? You know what that is, chat? Oh, not going first. Thank you, thank you. Looking for a translation rule. Interesting. Good to see, good to see. Yeah, there definitely needs to be more masks though. I'll probably add some more over time. Make sure they're not too busted, but just get some variety, because it seems like I think a lot of people are going for the necrotic stuff because uh mask is just, it's just, there's not really much other choices. There's Inquisitor's Visor now, but I also kind of made that like kind of a blinds thing. So yeah, there definitely needs to be some just general ones. Flame grab buff wasn't pushed. Oh, really? I swear I did. Maybe I just didn't put in patch notes. I changed it. I changed it to 0.5. Inquisitor vibes look OP. It kind of was. In-game trading system instead of dropping items. Is it bad to say that I actually think the possibility of getting scammed adds to that immersion, bro? Is that bad for me to say? I feel like it's not like I've never been like fully opposed, but I don't know. It keeps a little bit of that danger there, you know? A trading system, I don't mind, but it's too clean. It has nothing but negative feelings. No, because you can still trade, but it keeps on theme with Deepwoken. You gotta stay on your toes. Do you know what I mean? You gotta stay on your toes, right? Yeah, like a trading system feels like GPO. You know, like GPO. They're gonna start making fucking Deepwoken item value videos, like that one. What was his name? Ratashi, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, bro. Like that's what I'm. And in the trading system, it like said you can put notes or some shit, or like crowns and. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels a bit. It doesn't feel deep to me. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It just feels off, bro. The GPO exactly. Yes. Watashi would be genuinely some GPO's economy. I'm so glad Fo banned the shit. He got banned. That's crazy for trading. Yeah, trading system feels weird, man. Mostly like the base for trading would be sinners or moons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like sinners and moons, like relics, like prog relics for like the smaller stuff. Whistling for like the big unobtainables or like big stuff. Watashi was manipulating the economy so it got banned. That nigga alone was manipulating the economy. That's actually yo, he had that much sway. That's crazy. One nigga had the sway, bro, because he dropped daily videos though, didn't he? Yeah, he used to make deep videos on big mantras. You know, I did that first, but you know, he was cool. People were listening to him like bots. That shit was so annoying. Oh, they'd be like, bro, wait. Watashi is saying that fruit is like kind of cheaper though, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't accept that offer. Like, yeah, shit like that. They like post a screenshot of his video or like send the video link. I can see that being annoying. But banned is, I didn't think it'd be like banned. It's crazy, but fairs, I mean, that's only gonna stop Watashi. Yeah, the caveman music. Does he even make videos anymore? Don't trade until you watch this. VV ultimatum item info. GPO value list. Okay, he still does the GPO value list, but he rarely does them now. VV ultimatum value info list. What is this? VV trading and value. Their total. Yo. Oh, wait. I just realized, oh, my headphones must not be working. Wow. Sorry, chat. I just realized I couldn't hear. That's. Sorry about that, chat. Value 15. Owners want to hog new raid drop. Probably the best PvE item. Let's see what this is. Best PvE item. 1.1 Shumpo stamina, 2.75 keto damage, 3% monster damage. That's the best PvE item? 3% monster damage? Is it like it's? I'm guessing it's like the stat. That's the only thing I thought the VV items would become more interesting though. That's the thing. It's like they're all stats, which is like fine. But that's why I wanted to move deep away from. It's like that's why like the stats. I feel like after a while, it's like they just become so uninteresting. I don't know. I just never really vibed well with me, to be honest. Like 3%? That's the best item for PvE? Let's see what else. Let's see what like has a high value. Oh, okay. The King's Crown. 7 max health, 2% melee defense, 2.1% Hakuda damage, 2.1% weapon damage, zero point 0.4 keto defense. The King's Crown. The crown of the Crocodile King. It seems to somehow adjust to the size of the wearer. Where do you even find this? Bro, that's fine. But like, wait, can't you wait. If I recall correctly, you can become a crocodile, right, bro? You can be literally become a crocodile in the shits. Do you know what I mean? You can literally become a something new. What the hell? Hey Aga, I was wondering if I could be unbanned from these. I've been banned for 3 years. I'm sorry for being disrespectful for argument. Frizz fire. Let's see why you got banned, bro. Let's see if he's being honest. Let's look in the mod server. Moderation. Oh, I hope that's your name, bro. If not, you're fucked. Frizz fire. I don't see anything. Let's see if we can find your name in the Deepwoken Discord. Frizz fire. He told me to DM him last year. Send me proof of that. I need to see this, bro. I need to like give me your Discord ID. I'm so curious about this. I want to see what you said though. Like, what the fuck did you say to Ark? Ark rarely be banning people though. Sheesh. No, I'm so curious. I'm not gonna lie. Frizz is my Discord. Frizz. Frizz. Okay. What was the last time you DM'd me? I want to play Deepwoken. I want to get unbanned from that server. It's been 2 years. Oh. Oh, this is before I became. Oh, so you DM me a year. This is before I became dev. This was March of last year. Wait, I already looked at your shits once. I said, give me your username. I'll give you the goat. I'll see what's up. Let's see what's going on. From what I hear first, did you try to build a dance Discord? What was the appeal? Are you actually banned a game? Dev ban. That's what you're up. Pinged Ark and said fuck you too. So you pinged Ark and you said fuck you, Ark. What was Ark doing that day? Can you give me a backstory? I know I was dumb. Let's see. Was denied. That was denied. Okay. I don't even see you in the mod shits. Oh. So you added Arc and Nitro General. You said fuck you for real. Let's see what was going on. Let's actually get the context. What was going on here? I was deleted. Fuck. When was this? This was This was 3 years ago. It really was 3 years ago. Let's see what you're doing. What else are you doing here? Deleted. Y'all bitches. Okay. Probably getting into some beef with somebody. Can anyone help me get up the depths as deep and I'll give 2 enchants? 2 enchants. Oh. Okay. Which enchants? I'm curious. Oh, you're trading a little bit? Scam vouch frizz. Oh. I can show prove bro is a clown. Oh. Damn. What was going on there, bro? What did you scam from him? See what else. But this was 3 years ago. Ban at Frizz, no reason given, Archmage. Okay. Alright, I'll ban you. That's all I needed to see. Alright, buddy. I guess I can ban you. Alright, buddy. You getting off easy this time, I guess. Application to respond. What the hell? Try this. Okay, you should be unbanned. Just be careful what you say. Fuck you, Ark. Fuck you for real. That's funny, bro. Mother got banned for that chat. Oh my goodness. Bro, imagine I was like crazy like that. Like I just took I just got tired of it all and I just started banning hella niggas. I could probably get hella bans. I get hella bans for mods. I could feed them niggas for generation. Get them crazy mod points. They got removed from patch notes. Flame grab. I ain't gonna lie, fist damage should be toned down. Fist damage? Yeah, bro. 279. Thoughts on making crowns account wide instead of per slot? We actually thought about doing this. That is something we might do. It depends on what we decide to do. But it's been in our thoughts. So we'll see. The only thing though, chat, is if we do I don't know if there'd be any issues putting your current crowns into the account one. Do you know what I mean? Again, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe there could just be like, maybe you can just keep the ones on that slot and then it just like starts fresh. Because I mean, now it's slot wide. It's probably easy to get them. Where am I doing? Sorry, I'll take a look in a sec. Don't put all your requiems in one basket. Okay. Thanks for the 2 from Operation Break Off. Our bank could work, maybe. All right, chat. I'll probably head out. Does being a CC make getting tester easier? Not necessarily. No. You're still banned? What? Did the ban not work? Wow. There. Wait. Let me use. Oh, maybe I was using it in the wrong channel. I unbanned the shits though. What the hell? Let me just double check real quick. Bro, this bot is stupid, bro. Come on, D up. D up. Yeah, I don't know if you're unbanned. I'm not going with you. This bot is like infinitely thinking. Damn, I kind of want to go get a Seattle dog, man. Okay, in case you don't get unbanned, you can use this stream as proof that you're good for an unban, okay? Not Frizz. I tried unbanning you and restart your shit, maybe your Discord, because maybe it already like who do I even talk to? Appeal server. Figured. Okay. My donut got aired. Super Phantom 164. Oh, I thought I read. Oops. Thank you for the two. Can you check DMs? Why do you nerf? Why don't nerf Dust Lunge over agility shot? Maybe. Dust Lunge has gotten a nerf before. It's like too crazy. But this is the last one I'm gonna do. Is it possible to make HP gain from level up not instant? Oh yes. Sure. Not instant is actually not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say though, like what power 15 and below you can keep it, but power 16 and above you shouldn't gain it because of depths. That's not impossible. Yeah, I know Inu talked about in his video as well. So yeah. Super Pips is a dope ass idea with bring by training company like back in the day before needed good rolls. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want it to necessarily be like something where like it could be you could have like a min max one or like like a better version like 0.1% damage, 0.2% damage, 0.3% damage. I'd rather it would be just a bunch of different pips. If that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like that would not feel as bad. Yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you later. I do need to head out. Add curse card champ cape, maybe. Thank you guys for pulling up. I'll be catch y'all later. Peace.